If you're just starting out on violin, you may be wondering how to prepare your bow for playing. You notice that there is a little screw here at the bottom which controls the tension of the hair. So let's talk about that for a minute. In this video, I'll talk about how to find the optimal tension for the bow hair. Hi and welcome. I'm Aryadna and this is Mindful Strings, where I help you learn the violin on your own time and love your every practice so that it's easier to fit it into your busy life. I will share things that I wish I knew when I first started so that you can shave years off of your learning journey. I put together a free 15-minute Get Better at Violin guide, so make sure to grab that down in the description box below. When your bow is stored in its case, you want it to look something like this. There is maybe 1/4 of an inch between the stick and the hair right in the middle, and that relaxes the tension enough so that when temperature or humidity changes, the hair doesn't over tense. Keeping the bow at high tension all of the time will stretch out the hair, which means the hair will have to be either replaced or shortened, and it will warp the stick potentially, which you definitely don't want. So righty-tighty is how we tighten the bow hair. And I usually kind of gauge it by the look of it so that the stick is still arching this way towards the hair, just ever so slightly. But now there's a little bit more space between the hair and the stick. So that's perhaps a little closer to 1/2 inch. But then you can double check it on the string. We're going to put the bow on the string. And you see that there is quite a good amount of spring. So I have to press with my index finger. And the stick really doesn't touch the hair when I do that, and so that's probably enough tension. On my bow currently, the hair is actually a little bit stretched out. I do have to go get it shortened, so I tend to adjust the tension a little bit more once I get going with my practice, because I realize, oh, I want a bigger sound, which means I need a little bit more tension. What you don't want to see is something like this. When the space between the hair in the middle starts becoming same or greater than at the tip and at the frog, and then the stick starts kind of bowing out in the other direction away from the hair, that's way too much tension, so you definitely don't want that. Somewhere in the middle is fine. And then of course lefty-loosey to loosen that hair so it's very, very close to the stick. 1/4 inch or less. You don't have to do it so that all the hair is like hanging loosely, but this will preserve your bow, giving you more longevity with the bow itself and with the hair. I believe the market price for rehairing a bow these days is probably between $80 to $120, depending on where you live. And sometimes that's actually more expensive than buying a new bow if you have like a super cheap beginner bow. But depending on who does the job, it may be worth it to keep rehairing your bow if your bow is a decent, cheap bow. I hope this was helpful. Let me know if you have any questions down in the comments below. Happy practicing, and I'll see you next time.